The Tangent 8 podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent 8 podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me is Swoosh and John Doe.
Hello!
Hello.
Alright, so first up this week, the developers of Escape from Tarkov seem to have gotten fed up with their game being absolutely infested with cheaters and have started putting up a bounty.
So, what is this bounty being paid out in? Is it actual dollary dues, or is it money for in the game?
In-game currency.
Magic fake money. Magic fake money.
Honestly,
I mean, they don't want people leaving the ecosystem.
That is fair.
No.
I'm kind of hoping this takes off in the same way that it did in the US when they started giving a bounty on, I think it was pythons or something, like some invasive snake species. So people started breeding
Well, wasn't that
them.
cobras in India?
That might have been it, but something similar happened in the US at some point. But it always happens when they do this. Like, if they put a bounty on something, people find a way to farm them. I'm guaranteeing
make a dummy free account. Is Tarkov free still?
I mean, they did put out they were in the center of that controversy where they sold a pack that was going to have all forever content.
Pack. I thought it had just a paid part of it, like you could pay like a supporter pack kind of thing.
I don't know. It's for the expansion packs and stuff, because the big thing was that there was a forever purchase, and then they put out a new deluxe edition, and then that was the forever purchase, not the forever purchase you did make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know who's going to make the most money? The guys who sell the mods are then just going to rat out the people they sell the mods to and just double dip. It'll be amazing.
I watched a video ages ago of a dude using cheats to just see how many cheaters were in Tarkov.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. In his playtime, I think he came up to something like 48% of the time he was up against a cheater.
Yeah. More or less.
Apparently for this,
bad.
you have to provide evidence, whether it be video or otherwise, and it has to be a ban occurs directly because of your evidence.
Yeah.
Basically, they just want people to more diligently report them so they can ban them.
But
which is fair.
So many games, you can report someone and then nothing happens until like the big ban wave a year later. It's like, fuck, it almost doesn't feel like it's worth reporting because you're going to be hanging around for a fucking year anyway.
You know why they do that, yeah?
Oh, yeah. So everyone's banned at once, they can't tell exactly how they got pinged up for it. But for reporting, if you're being reported by another physical player, ban them. You're not you're obviously not detecting that fucking cheating software. Just ban them.
Yeah.
Still do your massive fucking ban wave later when you fucking figured out how to fucking detect the software. But throughout the year, if they're fucking saying, here's a cheater, here's the obvious fucking evidence, just ban them.
Yeah. Honestly, who was the mob at one point who was just, when they figured out people were cheating, put them in only lobbies with other cheaters?
No, there's been a couple of places that have done that.
I like that. Send them to cheater hell.
GTA,
but if you have nothing but headshots,
yeah, but the problem you're running into is you have a game that is free.
Yeah.
Most of the games that worked in were ones where it cost you another $60.
Yeah, definitely. Like Overwatch, I swear, when they went free to play, there were so many more hackers. It was annoying.
Well, yeah, because your barrier entry is nothing now.
Yeah, which is why I gave up. You couldn't poke your head around the corner without being shot by a widow. I was like, God damn it.
Theoretically, some people might make some in-game dollary dues for Tarkov.
Yeah.
But maybe they can get the cheat count down, because it is easily the second most famous thing I know about that game, is that it's cheetah hell.
Oh, definitely.
Though I do have in my head now, like, Dog the Tarkov bounty hunter.
Oh, I hope someone makes that as a YouTube short now. I would watch
just
that.
I think if you get to claim a bounty on that, you should get a Dog the Bounty Hunter skin.
Oh, yes. If that's what you get paid in. Fuck the dollary dues. I'll take the skin, thank you. The more people you get banned, the more gold gets plated onto dogs.
Get them all, and it's just everyone gets a solid gold dog skin.
Yeah, be amazing.
No, if you get them all, you no longer get a voice chat. Anytime you talk, all it plays is the Dog the Bounty Hunter theme. It's like 100-mile radius.
Just a soundboard of quotes. Oh, God. I would probably pay money for that. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'd be pretty for that.
Yeah.
I think that is the most, like, valuable reward they could put out there for it.
Look, meme rewards work. If all you're getting is a bunch, like some random fake money or fun money, that's great and everything. You get a new skin. But memes?
Happened in Payday 2, quite famously.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
YouTuber, I mean, they playfully talk about it, but he's quoted as he bullied the developer into putting a giant spoon in the game. But to unlock it, you had to get like this ridiculous number of kills as a community. And yeah, of course, the community came out hard.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone wanted their spoon.
But by the same token, like, Helldivers, they said, oh, we've made the cape for the massive downvotes, and it still hasn't come out. That. Like, releasing it now is like, what's the fucking point? Like, it's...
I don't remember them ever saying they would make one, just that they liked them.
One of the lead designers put it up on his, I think it was his Twitter or wherever the fuck it was. They made a version themselves.
They made it, but they hadn't released. They were waiting for the right time to release it. Like, the right time to release it was when you had the uptick of player base again.
Pretty sure they just wanted people to forget about that whole situation.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, I'm pretty sure Sony's lawyers were just hovering over them. Like, do not press that submit button. Do not press that submit button.
It'd be funny if it was, like, only available on PlayStation.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Like, if you couldn't get on the PC when it was, like, a PC review about the PlayStation. Yeah.
I still love that the Helldivers community does the weirdest fucking shit. Like, at one point, like, recently, it's like, alright, you guys, you can either get a better mech, or, like, improved, like, weapons, or save these children. Like, fuck you!
It was the third time they tried to give us the anti-tank mines.
That's right. It's like, here, just choose between the children and the anti-tank mines, thinking the game was going, yeah, we'll go to the anti-tank mines. Like, no, fuck you, we're saving the kids. It's like, you get nothing for this! It's like, this is fine. But then they donated some money.
We'd rather nothing than fucking anti-tank mines.
Yeah. The Helldivers community is strange. I love it.
Yeah. I don't play as much as I used to, but it's as a community, fucking top tier.
When we play, it's always fun.
Yeah. I've very rarely had a game ruined by other players.
Yeah.
Even when I'm pubbing. So, Nintendo is pledged to take action against inappropriate use of its characters.
I love this. Good fucking luck to you, sirs. Like,
the most effective action they could take right now is to open up their own Pornhub channel.
Yeah. Just lean into it, guys.
It's the only actually effective action they could take.
Yeah, tap into the revenue stream. You know it's there. But I find it like no one, like Sega has been trying for so long to stop Sonic fans from doing horrible things to their mascot. It doesn't work. If anything, it reinforces the behavior. It's like a game to them.
When the fan base is making higher fidelity videos than your actual game, you might need to pick up your game.
I kind of get where Nintendo's coming with the idea.
Yeah.
They're coming at it... I mean, yes, it is coming for your inappropriate content, but their whole idea is that, you know, some of this content could make an environment where someone might not feel comfortable.
Yeah, and they're very family friendly.
Yeah, it all tracks with Nintendo's general idea.
Yeah.
So, it's like, I kind of get where you're coming from, but it's not going to work.
No.
The genie was so far out that lamp.
A long fucking time ago.
Yeah, you either have to stamp that shit out early or it grows in. Like, once it's on the internet at this level, it never goes away. And they're expressly, like, what kicked it off, you were saying, was Bowser, wasn't it? The
one of the things that was cited was Bowser, the fan thing from Bowser putting on the princess crown.
They gave us a sex change hat and didn't expect people to run rampant with it.
Well,
what even is that from? I don't even seen the memes of it. I'd never even seen the game.
It's from one. I can't remember which one it was, where they had both the male and female Toads in it as playable characters.
Yeah.
And it was only when Toadette put the crown on, she turned into Princess Toadette and looked a lot like Princess Peach.
Yeah.
So that, of course, generated the fan thing of, well, what would happen if Bowser put it on? And then the fan community came out with Bowsette, and people fucking loved it. And Nintendo even at one point had to come out and say, this is not canon, this is not part of shit we do.
And then Pornhub exploded.
Because the community had latched on the character.
So yes, it is canon.
And then, of course, there's been a whole fan community pop up about doing the princess version of, like, every other fucking creature in the Mario universe.
Yeah, like, they opened the door, which was probably a mistake. Like, not gonna lie, that's probably one of the biggest mistakes Nintendo's ever made.
I think it was less a mistake and more that they didn't expect it to go that way. Because, again, it only does it to Toadette.
Yeah.
And that's not a sex change.
Is Toadette the only one that puts it on?
I can't remember. I think it just gives you invincibility.
Everyone else just gets a
But if
star
in the
effect,
game, if Toadette's the only one who puts a thing on, like, are there any other
No.
characters?
No, it's just a power-up, but it only when Toadette uses it does she turn into the princess.
Everyone else gets the immune, like the.
I think someone at Nintendo just thought it was kind of cute that, like, when the Mushroom Girl puts the thing on, she turns into another Peach. That's funny, isn't it?
You know, she's the Mushroom Princess. It makes sense.
Yeah. It didn't turn everybody else to change gender. That was just something the community decided.
But, like, it's one of those things. I get they never expected it to happen, but I'm pretty sure a lot of games never expected certain things to happen to their characters. I'm pretty sure that, like, Blizzard did not expect Overwatch to become the #1 search thing on certain websites.
Hey, it caused an advancement. No, it wasn't that. It was Bioshock that did that.
Yeah, Bioshock caused an advancement in innovation. Yeah. Oh, God. Look,
Games
we have
graphics
learned
in general owes a lot to Bioshock.
Definitely. We have learned from the internet in general over, like, how many years now since it's been running. Don't say this, it'll make us all feel old. But we know the internet is a breeding ground of scum and villainy. If you make something and the internet gets a hold of it, it will go to its darkest timeline.
Well,
particularly if you don't want it to go that way.
Yeah, the
Samsung had to retire that mascot they did because that just exploded on the internet.
Yeah.
Same with, I think there was an insurance company that had an anime mascot that they also had to pull because it just became Rule 34.
Yeah. The internet is full of degenerates, and we are legion.
Yes.
But it's you can't do it and expect people to be wholesome with something. There are horrible people out there.
Yeah. Particularly when there's, like, the anonymity behind a screen. It's like, I'm going to do a seedy thing. And I know there's at least some other people out there that like the seedy thing. Here it is.
Look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The greatest and worst thing for this is the Sonic fandom.
Yeah.
That thinking about them makes you feel icky.
Like, even the My Little Pony fandom isn't fucking far behind it.
Yeah, they're catching up pretty good.
Look, we're not starting a discussion about bronies. Cutting this off here.
No,
we're done.
We're
moving on.
Next thing to make about it. I just said it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So Nintendo did something weird, but they've also come out and done something that generally people are quite happy about, which is they have stated that they're not going to use generative AI.
Yes. I'm actually I like their stance so far. Smooth. But I really like what they're the way they're doing it, because from what you've told us, I didn't get a chance to read the article. They're not using it for making artwork or anything, but they're using it for back-end information and control.
When we were in the preamble, I was telling you guys about this. They have this weird thing in the start of their response where they basically try to suggest that, yes, we use AI, but to do, like, enemy AI and stuff like that. So, like, the tech community is really attached to AI. And then specifically call out generative AI and go, yeah, we're not going to do that. We believe that only handcrafting can create the kind of experiences you expect from us, and yeah, technology alone can't do that.
Yeah.
Which like,
is fair.
You think about, like, they've referenced AI, like the enemy AI for fucking for decades. Like, since games started becoming 3D and the enemies can move around inner space to get towards you, there's been enemy AI. Like, and so to actually have something that may learn as you play the game to actually give you the bit more of an experience of it, I think that'd be really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I don't really care if
Like,
it.
I hope it doesn't get too far down the line of creating AI enemies where they start pleading for their life. That might be going a bit far.
I don't even think that's what they're referring to. I don't think they mean, like, creating, sapient creature.
No.
Yeah.
But I think they just want to be like, there's different kinds of AI, and this is the one we don't like.
No, but if they had something that developed that actually, like, I suppose, for example, the latest Metal Gear, or that last Metal Gear Solid game, where, like, as you played through the game, if you continually went through it and sniped the headshots, then the enemy started wearing more and more helmets. It's like a very basic idea of that.
Yeah.
If you play the game, the enemy learns how you like to attack a situation, and so they can react to that way you attack a little more effectively.
I like that.
A smarter way of building an AI or building an enemy base.
I mean, that's
of
pretty common these days.
It is.
Yeah.
But if they could add a bit more life to it, I think that could go in a good direction more than just, we made good art. It's weird looking art. But
Well,
it's
again,
art.
that's not what they're talking about.
No, exactly. That's why I'd rather that than the generating shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's... Yeah. They completely are like, we got to handcraft it. You can't machine algorithm. That's... I mean, let's face it, everyone remembers, what was it, Oblivion? With the AI of the people who had lives and jobs and things, and they'd end up, like, sitting in a park.
Oh, God. Where they go home and sit in a chair for 6 hours. Like, yeah, this is a life. It's hitting a bit close to home.
If you put food in their pocket, they'd always eat it first.
Yeah, so you could poison them with apples. It was great.
It's hard to do. But yeah, they're going to handcraft their stuff. They don't... They may use AI for other things that you, of course, would use AI for. But yeah, they want that handcrafted feel, and they don't think generative's going to do it, so they're distancing themselves from it.
Yeah. Having an AI that runs the background of gameplay, or not gameplay, but, the game itself and the levels and that kind of stuff, fine. But generative AI is a bit fucky. I recently saw a thing, I gotta find it again and send it to you, but it was a GIF of an AI-generated ballerina dancing. And it's a fucking eldritch horror. Like, extra legs coming out of nowhere, and eventually it forms into a puddle. It's like, what is this? It was horrifying.
It sounds like someone's typed in, ballerina and then got eldritch horror, and that turned out way better.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, it's one of those, like when it's making, like, the photorealistic video kind of thing. It was creepy. It was really interesting. It was creepy.
Did someone just a massive typo as Ballerich horror?
God.
Cthulhu in a tutu.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Although, speaking of like really photorealistic stuff, did you see that the game that tried to jack Unrecorded's idea is not doing well?
Which one was that?
So there's a game that came out called Body Cam.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing the video for it.
Body Cam isn't the game you're probably remembering. The game you're remembering is probably Unrecorded.
Yeah, because Unrecorded was the one that was the tech demo showing off going through like a broken down or dilapidated building. Yeah.
Yes. So, it seems like some guys got a bunch of basic assets, Unreal 5 ones, so they look really detailed, created essentially a deathmatch kind of arena in it, and then went and fisheye lens on the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, because
it's called Body Cam, and the camera's not at body height, it's actually up on the head.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's essentially just a glorified deathmatch game.
Yeah.
And it seems to, like, a lot of people have been like, oh yeah, no, I remember Body Cam, that was that game. Nope, that's Unrecorded. You're remembering the wrong game.
Yeah, no, a bunch of streamers...
I think that's a very deliberate thing of trying to get people to remember the wrong fucking
I'm pretty sure they saw that cool demo and went, we can flip that out faster than they can.
It doesn't help that a few streamers kept saying, "Oh, this game was shown off," and they would show like snippets of that old demo. I was like, "That is the wrong game, guys. That's not good." Like Bodycam, I've seen a few people playing it, and it's like, "Oh, this is so realistic. It's like, it looks nice. I'll give you that, but this is not the same game. This just looks like generic FPS with decent visuals." I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's what it is. And it's been hilarious watching like this game just sort of implode.
Yeah,
because everyone thought they were getting the thing they remembered.
Yeah. But, I mean, hopefully Unrecorded does eventually have something come out. But
they're being very quiet about it.
Look, I would rather they take their time than rush and do the same thing that Bodycam did, where it's like, here's a thing.
To do an entire world of that kind of like fidelity is going to be fucking hard. I don't know what size team they've got working on it.
It's a small team working on Unrecorded, if I recall.
Yeah, I think they're using
that,
a lot of
is that
3D
just an
scans.
open world exploration game, or is there an actual
They haven't
purpose
stated
to it?
We don't know what it is.
So as far as we know, it is just a tech demo.
Yeah.
Yes. We didn't say it wasn't.
No.
But that tech demo was essentially just going through some very narrow areas, so I'm assuming if it came out at all, it would be very linear.
I would expect level-based.
Yeah.
But the point is that, like, I actually checked their page when I saw all this stuff was going down, and if you look at the news feature on Unrecorded, one of the things they said is, we're not putting updates out. Why? Because we're trying to do something very specific, and we're afraid people are going to jack our ideas.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Which is fair, because it fucking happens.
Fucking sense.
Yeah.
Have they come out saying, no, this isn't us?
It's by a different company.
That doesn't stop people, you know that.
No, and I've seen it quoted incorrectly as well.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Which is annoying.
No, they haven't. I think they're probably just going to leave it alone. I don't think they care.
Like, those kind of cash grab games always annoy the shit out of me.
Yeah. Ooh, some quick idea I can just flip around because that developer's doing something good.
It's like those, do you remember the really shit off-brand movies that kept popping up anytime something went big? Like Transformers, the first one, when that hit, box offices. Soon after, there was Transmorphers and other things coming out. Like the bootleg horrible things.
Any slightly remotely popular mobile game.
Yeah.
It's like the game isn't even out yet and there's already 1 million clones.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to Vampire Survivors before it released on mobile devices. There was millions of fucking copies out there.
Oh, definitely. There's still millions of them out there.
I mean, I still play entirely too many games that use Vampire Survivors' idea.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I still play Death Must Die. It's... Like, it's a thing. Like, sometimes people can take that concept and run with it and make it their own, and that's good. But other times it's like, same thing, different skin, let's go. Like, it's like, you didn't even work for this.
I mean, it's really hard to argue with that one, though, because... Only with Vampire Survivors as the example, because... Did any of us think we'd get that hooked to that game? It looked like someone just had a bunch of leftover sprite assets and went blah.
But it scratched the lizard brain real good, and then
it's probably my most played game on my Switch.
Yeah, same.
Well, my point simply being like that's a game where it's like, a low effort clone isn't really going to cost you anything
because it was low effort to begin with.
It was all about just the sparkly lights and the
it's a dopamine factor.
Slot machine effect.
Yeah.
You get something random, and maybe it's good, or maybe it's okay, and yeah. I hate that guy. They play that game too much.
I would rather be addicted to Vampire Survivors than poker machines. Like,
fucking
just fucking A. I watched too many family members feed their entire life savings into pokies to ever want to go near those.
One of the guys I used to work with who used to joke about the fact that he used to only come into work because he needed money for the poker machine. And then we found out that was correct.
Oh, that's terrifying. Goddamn.
I've spent a lot of time
to get his
working
paycheck,
pubs
and he'd be
clubs.
like...
If it were up to me, you'd never have pokies and alcohol in the same building.
No,
absolutely. Because you could always see it when it was pension day, and people just rock into the pokies. Like, guys, no.
Same if it's the payday for the tradies.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like I said, my buddy would get his paycheck and he just section out what he needed to not have a home.
Yeah.
And the rest of it went in Poke machines.
I mean, to each their own. I get that, but it just seems like a sad way to go.
Yeah.
Fucking earth. Yeah. I've got very strong opinions on pokies, and I don't fucking like them. So
yeah. Look,
I mean, you're in good company, and I've worked in bars.
I'm old enough to remember back when like poke machines in pubs was a very new thing. And it was like, oh, this won't catch on. And then suddenly they were in every pub in Australia because they kept the roof over their head.
Now there's a pub and a pokies place.
Yeah, they've separated them by a wall now, so...
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Like, Australia has more pokies per person than Vegas.
God
yeah.
damn.
Or New South
Which is
Wales
terrifying.
does.
Yeah.
And
soon Brisbane won't be far behind it, considering we're getting that new casino that's being built.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be packed to the rafters with the fucking things.
I think it's because Crown kind of lost its luster.
Oh, the Crown lost its luster a long time ago.
Well, it's more well known for functions and the club that's upstairs.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be... You could just go in there.
Yeah, you don't have to even go through the casino half the time. It's just like...
So it's like
in.
the Crown doesn't feel like the place you go to gamble anymore.
Yeah. But apparently that's meant to be opening soon, which, let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Probably well.
Pokies and I'll get fucked.
Yeah. Look, I'm right there with you, my guy.
I'm not a fan of pokies. They're horrible things.
Yeah,
So, the first Descendant might have accidentally stolen a bunch of assets from Destiny.
I like
it's funny
this
because
in a
they
way.
didn't actually do the stealing.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the best bit.
They may have just accidentally bought stolen assets, which still means that they're in trouble a bit, which is unfortunate. But...
Well, if they just bought the pack without, like... I don't see them actually being at fault. If they bought a pack of, 500 icons or 100 icons and they picked the ones out of it that they liked, as far as they know, these are unique icons that, okay, we can use any of them. So I don't see this being their fault at all.
Oh,
they might have looked at it and said, this feels very familiar.
If I had to say there's anything that's their fault, is it's really, Nixon, you're that big of a company and you need to buy an asset pack.
Yeah. I mean, fair.
But supposedly the way it went down is there's a website that puts up these packs of icons, and they stated that they had the ability to sell and use them commercially. So, supposedly that's what's happened. This company may be the actual one at fault that they purchased the pack from, who ripped the icons, and then sold them.
Yeah.
Without actual permission. But we don't know. I haven't been able to find any more on this one, which actually, no comment from Nixon or the asset company.
I mean,
so this one's still ongoing a bit, but
yeah,
that's where it's
one of those things. Unfortunately, it happens a lot in gaming asset libraries and stores for that. God knows where they're coming from because they can't really authenticate that something is theirs. There's that you upload and sell. The actual storefront doesn't.
If you look at the comparison of the icons, they are real fucking close, but they're not identical.
Yeah,
you can see
changes.
There was a inspiration taken from these icons.
We imported this and moved it slightly to the left.
Yeah, or it's the image of it when they say you can copy your homework. It's the same thing, but instead of it being a circle, it's a hexagon.
Yeah, it's changed just enough to be plausible they could have done it themselves.
Some of them are just, it's a straight, that's a fucking rip. You've just changed the color or you've added a single line.
It happens in 3D printing circles as well, because I do a lot of 3D printing. I'm on multiple sites to get STLs and that kind of stuff. And sometimes when I'm trying to search for people I like, so there's one guy who makes really good skulls, and I like the ones he's made. So to find him, I always type in just Boo Skull, because I can never remember his name. It's long in French. And I get it's there, cool. But there are 4 copies of the same thing. I know his is the original because I found his original Instagram and everything else showing the breakdown of how he made it. And everyone else has just grabbed it from him and now selling it at inflated prices. It's like, I can get the original cheaper, guys. What the fuck? You're meant to undercut the original. What are you doing?
Or you see other, like those shorts and videos on Facebook and YouTube everywhere, and it's literally a rip of someone else's video where they've just mirrored it. Or they've... there's a two or three frames right at the start where it's something completely different, and then it's just the exact fucking video.
Or goddamn Subway Surfers.
Fucking hell.
God fucking damn it.
I don't know why that one annoys me the most.
That one... I haven't had that one pop up in a while, so that's a bonus. But
that is...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the whole react content thing anyway.
No.
Despite the fact that I say we're reacting to content on this show.
Oh, yeah. Like, there are certain ways that it can be done where if you talk about something and then it gets you onto a rant, I'm fine with that. I watch those kinds of things constantly. I watch people like Daz Black, Charlotte Dobray, those kinds of reaction channels, because they will stop something midway and then go on a fucking rant for like 10 minutes. So it's no longer about the thing they're watching. It's like, oh, this reminds me of a dumb thing that happened, and they just rant for that. That's why I'm there. But occasionally I also find interesting content from their shit. And they at least link people.
I'm going to sit here silently, pointing a finger at the video when I want to be agreeing with it. It's like, no, you're not. No, don't stop this. Stop. Just
Instagram,
stop.
like the reels are full of those.
Though some of those,
so
have you ever tried to find the original fucking video? Because goddamn,
on Instagram, there's a function that lets you try and search the original audio, but half the time, what these Muppets do is they download the audio or rip it from a different site and then re-upload it as their own, so they show as the original. It's like, how fucking dare you?
Some of those, like, it's just a short of like a clip, and it's like, okay, I want to see the actual video of it. Like, let me find the original one. No, it just links back to these fucking Muppets who have just done 30 seconds of some fucking video that I now can't friggin' find.
And it's like you said, Seth. It's always them just pointing up. It's like, you don't even need to be in. You're only in this to try and get away with it.
Fuck off. Give me the original.
All you've added is your face, and now I want to punch it.
I know there was a weird meta in there for a little while with that sort of content to like do it with a mouthful of water.
Yeah. So like it was the spit tech challenge, or the fuck they were calling it.
Still see those now and then, and they're just as like, God, just no.
Yeah.
This isn't adding content, you spitting water because funny.
Yeah. It's just I know why they're doing it, but it seems so shallow and stupid. Anyone who follows those
shallow
people
and stupid. It is shallow and stupid.
You're right. You're correct
unnecessary.
There, and things like these guys have huge followings, or these people have huge followings.
Well, because they make them they make the people's laugh.
Well, it's more the fact that they're getting these funny things and putting them in one place.
Though? Like, what kind of shallow fucking sense of humor do you have that you're finding a scripted fucking spit take?
No, they're not laughing at them. They're laughing at the actual content, the original video. Stealing. Yeah,
they're not going, "Where's that guy? I want to follow that guy." They go, "This guy will keep uploading those videos, and I'll follow him."
He'll keep finding the funny things.
So
but we're a dying breed. No, we're a dying breed, sadly. We actively try to find the original things. But it doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
It's like the memes that I put up on our Facebook. They're just grabbed from Imgur because it's near impossible to find original points for a meme. Like, any of those things, you could try and trace it back, but it'd be hard pressed to find them without going deep into the archives of the internet. And we don't want to go there again. That was the bad days.
You don't go into unsorted on Imgur.
Oh God, no.
Well, actually, it's not as bad as it
yours
used
are
to be.
submitted.
Now they've removed the adult content.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the fact that by removing it, it's like, fine, you can have a not safe for work tab. Just leave us alone. And it's like, okay.
Are you still there?
Oh, damn it.
Every time.
But yeah.
And every time I call it out, and then I'm like, if I just shut up, I could have cut this out and no one would fucking know.
Yeah, it's a thing now. At this point, we just need to have a bingo sheet that we put up there just to see like which one of us is the one who sets it off this time.
It's gonna be me. It's always me.
Oh no, occasionally I get one through.
Not very often, and yours just sounds like a bing, which is sort of blends into the background. Mine's literally for scaring the shit out of people in warehouses.
Yeah, it's true.
My
Which is
phone
even creepier now you don't
never
work in
off
warehouses.
silent. It lives on silent.
I keep forgetting to put mine back on silent. Like when we do
I don't
this,
take it off silent.
try-
The only time it makes noise is through my earbud, and that's it.
Well, see, like, I need to have it off silent occasionally, or else if I miss a phone call from my parents, I then have to put up with why wouldn't you answer? Are you okay? What happened? Like,
That's why I wear
it was
a
on
watch.
silent. it was in a different room.
But yeah, I don't know. At least like First Descent, it's a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
It's apparently going really gangbusters. I've played a bit of it and I've enjoyed it. It's doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's been popping up.
As I said
everywhere,
I was
so.
going to last week, I put it down. It was just like, I did the grind already in Warframe. I'm
Yeah.
a little too sunk cost fallacy for another one of
Like
these.
I said, it's Destiny, Warframe, Outriders had a baby.
Yeah. Which, fair.
I've enjoyed it.
Always
though
good.
because it's free to play. Like now they're having issue. Like there's a lot of the community saying we want to vote to kick, even though that can be abused. We'd rather that than the fucking AFKs that are just leeching the fucking loot at the end of it.
Yeah.
Just
fucking AFK.
instead of
in
having
general,
a vote to kick, just have a minimum contribution. Like each map
Yeah.
has a certain section. You need to meet a contribution in each fucking section, or just an overall percentage of doing something.
Yeah. Like, AFKers have been the scourge of online gaming since its inception. Like, every time, anything that required additional people, there's been AFKers, and they have always sucked. Like,
Yeah.
I remember having to pug through the original World of Warcraft, and you'd always get at least, like, on any big run, 1 or 2 AFKers. And it's like, guys, what the fuck? I get that it takes a while to queue, but sit at your desk with your sandwich. Do something. Don't wander off.
I don't understand AFKs in games like Fortnite, where they all
Yeah.
get dumped into a map in one fucking spot. Like the map will kill you. What is the purpose of
Like,
this?
it's got a built-in non-AFK function.
Yeah.
I know, I'm guaranteeing those ones, like the Fortnite AFKers, are the kids who forgot to take the trash out, and their parents have just turned up, like, take it out now! But Mom, I'm in a match! Like, do you remember the old movie Galaxy Quest?
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
That
Good
scene
movie.
where, like, at the big end point, it's like, alright, what do you do now? Dude? Are you there? And he's just got the communicator on the desk, left alone, as he's running out to put the trash out. Like, Mom, I am very busy! It's just, I loved that movie. Apparently that's getting a season or a series now, which I am so keen for.
So.
Yeah.
Galaxy Quest feels like one of those really, like, it came about in the early 2000s and that's where it needs to stay.
You're not wrong. Like, it's one of those things where it could either do really well or it'll be turned into a piece of garbage by someone who doesn't like the original
Or
thing.
it'll do really well for an extremely niche market.
Yeah. Me. I'm the niche market. Like, that one guy going, "Yeah!" And, like, everyone else
Spent
is
millions
like,
of
what
dollars,
is
but
this shit?
Swoosh loved it.
So, you're welcome. This is me. I feel so seen and heard.
Now I've watched this for an hour and a half, and I won't watch it again for 3 years. But thank you.
Look, I still rewatch things I enjoy. I think I'm on my, like, 5th rerun of Stargate at this point. Jesus Christ. That's like from start to finish. I think the only person who's watched more Stargate than me is Seth's mum.
Look, she likes Stargate, okay?
I know, I'm on her side. Stargate's fucking
My
amazing.
brain just went, that's a really weird your mama joke.
I would never. Seth's mother is a lovely woman. She makes really good lasagna.
Yeah, she does.
Your
But
mama's
yeah,
so
no,
nice,
she-
she likes Stargate.
Stargate's my mum's like comfort show.
Yeah.
If
That's
she's
cool.
sick or doesn't know what she wants to watch, she just watches more stuff. She just rewatches Stargate again.
That's awesome.
Yeah. SG-1, of course, the original and the best.
Oh yeah, OG.
Original recipe Stargate. I didn't like Atlantis, but I really enjoyed Universe, the one where
Yeah,
we're
everyone
on
did.
the ship. It just had the saddest fucking ending.
Well, it wasn't the ending.
Yeah.
That was the end of things stinger.
Yeah. And they never got renewed for it because Sci-Fi was a fucking shitty channel.
Yeah. Oh, what? This did remotely well. Cancel it.
Banish it to the 11 o'clock slot. Like,
still annoying. Fucking Dark Matter got cancelled. That show was so fucking good.
Dark Matter was a strange one. I really enjoyed it though, because that's the one where they are on a way to a planet but have no memories.
They wake up on a spaceship and they refer to each other by number because of the number of who woke up first.
Yeah. And they don't remember anything, but yeah.
But they're supposedly like this elite pack of bounty hunters.
Yeah.
So people keep running into them being like, fuck, it's you guys!
Yeah.
And they've just got to fucking roll with it. It's a really, really good show. Would highly recommend if you can track it down. Go watch Dark Matter.
Severely underrated, because it was.
Well, it came out around the same time Killjoys did, and everyone jumped on Killjoys.
Look, I enjoyed Killjoys. It had some interesting stuff, but yeah, it needed to. It flashed in the pan and was done. It wasn't. It wouldn't be missed, but it was the sci-fi thing of the month.
Yeah. I think Dark Matter was much more of a 90s, early 2000s kind of production. It really like you fit it in with like Farscape in like quality.
Yeah. But I think that's probably why I resonated with Dark Matter more, because it gave me the same vibe as Farscape. I'm like, I like this. It brings back memories of like the weirdness that was Farscape. I'm in.
Back when they nearly murdered people to run a puppet.
Yeah. The pilot puppet was fucked.
What was it? It had a body set, multiple tentacle people, and the person in the body was basically being crushed by it or something.
Yeah, it was basically being crushed under the weight of the puppet at all times. I think the chick who played Zan...
the paint thing.
Yeah, she was allergic to the paint that they use. It was an all-body paint too. Oh god, like you feel so bad. Like that's why I think she ended up leaving the show or something. It's like, no, I can't do this. That's fair. That is fair.
100%.
But, if you haven't seen Farscape, fucking watch that.
God damn, yeah. Like that's my comfort sci-fi show.
Yeah, it's amazing. I haven't watched it in a while. I need to rewatch it. But it was that wonderful blend of... It had some pretty okay sci-fi... like decent graphics and that kind of stuff. But it also had puppets. It had physical props.
As opposed to Stargate, which, let's face it, basically exists because they made those really cool armors.
Yeah.
For all the minions of a puppets for the movie. And definitely someone wanted their money back on that.
Yeah.
Farscape had like alien makeups and puppets all the time, whereas Stargate would often rely on some more CG effects to flesh it all out.
CG effects, and every alien was basically just a human with a different haircut.
Well, that was because humanity was sprinkled through the galaxy, so we didn't need to do aliens.
At least they had a reason for why every alien was
They
human.
did. Humans were just a really good slave race. And the Goa'uld were vain as fuck, and they thought humans were pretty.
Yeah. So, that's it. They did CG, Farscape did puppets and makeup.
The one thing that always confused me with Farscape, like in the pilot, the guy was part of the Australian space exploration team.
I believe so, yes.
And then it got retconned to him being from Texas.
Yeah, I think so.
He went from, I'm an Australian astronaut, to, I'm from Texas.
Because the first episode is the pilot that was never really meant to go anywhere. And then after the pilot, they got picked up by a much larger network. They said, okay, let's just change this thing. And from there on...
to be fair, if you had an Australian running around the universe, either everything would implode or it wouldn't be fun, because they'd be the voice of reason. It's like, oh, there's a strange thing over there. Like, don't fucking touch it. It's obviously angry at us. Like,
aliens, oi, cunts.
So these are universal I know, guaranteed. If any of us were given universal translators, the first thing we would do is shout slang at people.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
We would do what happened in He Who Fights with Monsters, where we just start using Aussie slang. It's like, I understood none of that. The words made sense, but not together. Like, haha, perfect.
Context-wise, I'm kind of getting it, but, like, not sure what a dart is.
Yeah.
G'day, cunts, how you going? Translation. Hello, sir. Hello, good gentlemen. How are you today?
Hello, beloved friend. How are you today? Now we have to know, like, John Doe, what is your, like, comfort TV show then? What is the thing you go back to? No Atlas.
Wasn't it Scrubs?
Scrubs is very high on the list. I fucking love Scrubs.
Oh, fucking Scrubs is... Scrubs is one of those things that will occasionally... It's just funny, gut punch, funny.
Up until season 8, that is Scrubs. Season 9 does not exist. We don't
speak of season 9. Yeah. Scrubs ends when Dorian walks out those fucking doors.
Yeah, that is... To me, that's like the epitome of endings for shows. Like, to bring all the characters back, to actually round it out and say... Now the character is looking towards their own future, and they no longer need this, and they're off, and that's it. Yeah. It was done up in a nice bow,
really good.
And then they, I didn't want to think of fucking season 9. Really fucking good.
It was bad.
But
not even Turk could fix that.
Yeah, I know. My partner and I we've got like 3 shows on rotations. Usually, Castle, Bones,
good movie.
And. She's probably going to shoot me because I'm going to forget the third one. Friends gets put on the background a lot.
Yeah, fair. Honestly, I can still go back to Friends. And because it's like everyone was a self-contained episode, you can put it on shuffle and be done.
You see, that's like the dumb thing. I remember watching a lot of Friends.
But you don't remember anything that happened?
No, other than that Rachel and Ross get married twice or 3 times or some shit like that.
Yeah. I know that Joey doesn't share food.
Yeah.
That's in there. Sweaty naked guy. And at one point they made a collection of chopsticks they never used to poke him to see if he was dead. It's like I remember snippets of it.
It's like it's a white noise show. You put it on while you're doing anything else just to have noise in the house. It's not something I could sit down and watch 10 episodes of back to back because that would just absolutely white noise my brain. But just to have noise in the house.
I think Chandler Bing might be my spirit animal. I think I grew up into Chandler Bing, and I'm kind of terrified about
the effect that he had on language in general, just his cadence, like an emphasis on words that wouldn't normally have emphasis, completely changed the way English is spoken in America. Definitely. That's fucking wild.
That's pretty good. The self-deprecating humor, like the sarcastic wit of it. I just took on that personality for my sense of humor, I think.
Well, I'm better that than Ross.
Fair. I like dinosaurs. Goddamn Ross.
See, I love dinosaurs or he's fucking Eeyore.
Yeah.
In that same white noise box, it throws Seinfeld.
Yeah. See, I've never really got I've watched the odd repeat episodes on TV. But I've never, don't think I've ever actually watched a back-to-back episode.
I love that the last episode is them being thrown in jail. The last episode is the 4 of them sitting in the jail cell. I think it's like a sheriff's office or a local judgeship or something. And then they immediately go back to talking about random shit. It's
sounds fair. Right. But I mean, when I was a kid, it was part of the evening block.
Yeah.
So parents would sit down to watch TV, and you just have to sit through whatever they were watching. Yeah. If you wanted to watch TV. And
we were too small to get the remote.
One of the shows in there was Seinfeld, so I've watched a lot of Seinfeld. Can't remember fucking squat.
Do you remember? It was on the same block as Seinfeld. Becca.
Yeah. Becca's great.
I love
Becca's
Becca.
Really good.
I can still watch Becca, but the problem with Becca is it can't be white noise for me.
No.
Because every time it draws me back in. Because that show was nothing but joke after joke after joke, and a lot of them landed. And it's this is fun. I
love fucking Becca's sarcastic style. It was so good.
It was amazing. And they were no holes barred in a few of them. Hell, they had a blind guy as a main character just for the sake of making fun of the blind guy. And he worked with it because he gave as good as he got.
Boston Legal is also often in rotation.
Yes,
Danny
Boston
Crane.
Legal is fun. Yeah.
No, I never watched Boston Legal.
I watched bits and pieces of it. It's always funny. I never got sat down and watched all of it though.
I watched we sat down and we watched the entire thing back to back from go to woe, and it takes there's some obviously any show you have your highs and lows in it, but it also had a good ending because the main character Denny Crane William Shatner, is very right-leaning through the entire thing, very guns and fucking hoorah. And then right at the very end, he gets married to the other main character, male character. And it's like just the arc of him going from like men
hoorah
to
guns,
and just and he hasn't changed anything. He's still very much guns and America and everything, but he marries another bloke for tax purposes.
Yeah. And I think it's the what is it? He keeps saying he has mad cow disease.
Yeah.
But he's got like early onset dementia, like I think in the show.
Well, like they explain that in there. He calls it mad cow disease, but you can see like the character has a massive deterioration through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which is why he marries his best friend, because I don't trust anyone else with fucking power of attorney. I trust him.
Yeah.
I'm going to marry him. He gets all my rights, everything. And it's just an interesting way of doing it. But
they
very,
needed
very
him
fun.
to appear of sound mind to keep the law firm going. I was like, that makes sense. He was the principal lawyer. I love that show. I've seen bits and pieces of it.
See, now I kind of want to watch it.
It is
good. I think I might have to watch it as well. God damn it. Now, we've already...
For once, I've gotten you two to watch a TV show. Fucking yay!
Oh, God! He's influencing us! Get him!
And it didn't even take alcohol.
He's getting better. Bloody hell. How did we get here?
From the first Descendant, funnily enough.
Oh, shit, okay. Like, I was going to say, the squirrels got away from us there. Jesus, like...
I don't remember. All I remember was talking about dark matter, and then it was about comfort TV shows.
Yeah. Well, we had to find out what John Doe's was.
Yeah, well, I don't watch a lot of TV to really have them, but I do, apparently. Yeah, though Emma Roberts is complaining about internet culture for Madam Web flopping. Like,
oh, yes.
It was a bad movie in the first place. It's not the internet
that said
that's
movie.
bad. It's just bad.
Yeah, like, I guess she's a bit pissy because this has to be a black stain on her career. There's no way around it. But it was a flop movie. Accept the yell and move on.
They released
you know how
a
it goes away? You stop talking about it.
Yeah, you don't bring it back up. Because, hell, I'd forgotten about Madam Web until she started ranting and roaring again.
Like, it was something I wanted to forget.
Yeah. Like, it was bad. I felt bad for the people in the movie.
Look, I mean, she's not talking, like, huge amounts of shit. She's basically just It basically comes down to it got memed early.
Yeah.
And she thinks that because the
It
internet
got memed
community was
early
like
because
this...
they released a trailer that made it look like a bad movie, and then it released, and it was a worse fucking movie.
Yeah, somehow it was worse than the memes were.
Can you hold up a sec?
No.
She's referring to that lead-up time.
Yeah.
It had been made fun of and was basically a joke before it even got to test the waters. Yes, it did turn out to be an absolute hot lump of garbage. But even before then, that's what she's referring to. That it was perceived as a joke.
Well, that's the other thing. If it had been a good movie, if it had come out and had been well written and, everything was great, then the memes would have shifted. Because that's what happens. Like, if the entire internet going, oh, fuck, we were laughing at this thing and it turned out to be amazing. God status on internet. It would never be forgotten. But it turned out to be bad, and the internet was happy to forget it. It wasn't like fucking Morbius, which became its own thing, and then they doubled down and tried... and then they tried to re-release it, thinking they'd get more money by people hate watching it at cinemas.
Well, I mean, they saw a massive internet traffic uptick in the months after it was off cinema.
Yeah.
Of course the fans must want it back.
Of course, definitely. It's like, no, we don't want this. But Madam Web, like, every time someone does basically shots copium, going, no, it was the lead up and the bad things. It's like, guys, just take the L. Accept that it never happened. Wipe it from your resume. IMDb will still exist, but no one's going to be searching Madam Web. You're okay. But no. People are weird.
But, I mean, it's like I said, it's not like she's jumping up and down.
No.
Ranting and raving on Oprah or some shit. Actually, is even Oprah a show anymore?
No, I think that got, at one point, handed over to her friend and then just kind of disappeared.
Okay. I don't know why.
I'm
it just
fact
popped
check
into my
this.
head because I'd seen some stuff where people were like quoting Oprah as like not a thing. I don't watch American daytime TV.
Like, she
it
was
was just
a
like
staple of daytime TV.
I
She
know.
ran
That's
this
why
stuff.
when I started reading that stuff, it's like, did it get ended? Did like they actually stop Oprah?
She put enough
yeah, it
families into
ended.
bankruptcy by giving them gifts. Eventually,
Oh,
it
the
had to
car,
end.
yeah.
Oh, that fucking scam.
That was bad. It was 2011 Oprah retired that show.
Oh, wow. I mean, like I said, I don't watch
So
daytime
over
TV.
10 years ago, and it's still like in the mind of this is a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil finally ended as of last year, apparently.
Oh, wow.
I'm kind of okay with that. Dr. Phil's a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
And not a doctor.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he's one of those, like, not medical doctor, but he has a doctorate somewhere. In some
It's a little like a Bowsette.
Yeah.
Now I kind of wonder, like, what's in the spot.
That's a good point.
There
I
is
mean,
no,
I know...
like, there's no Jerry Springer. There's no Dr. Phil. Is Judge Judy still on? I'm trying to think of what's...
Yes,
what
actually,
fills the
Judge
daytime
Judy
slot.
is still a thing.
Aren't there, like, 3 different ones of those?
There's
the one with the large
There's divorce
African-American
court.
fellow.
That's divorce court. There is a family court one, which is mostly to do with like alimony and that kind of stuff and child support. Judge Judy is still a thing. Her granddaughter went into law, so now she has her
they subbed her out?
granddaughter. No, the granddaughter is her offsider, and it's her
She's still
handing the reins
alive?
over. Yeah, Judge Judy is still the reigning judge. They still have the same bailiff. It's amazing because I found
but,
it
like,
on the internet.
Like, I remember, again, like, you know, you're young, you just watch whatever your parents
Yeah.
are watching. My dad used to like watching Judge Judy.
I love Judge Judy.
And yeah, so I'd see it a bunch, and it's like she was old when I was a kid. Like, holy
Yeah.
crap, she's still going.
Look,
She is
if-
still going. She's still filming.
If anyone had any brains about them, the entire Trump trial would have been done on Judge Judy.
I would pay good money to have
Oh
her.
yeah, that
like,
would
No,
have been
no, no.
pay-per-view.
just to be the person on the next debate. Just have her doing the fucking refereeing.
No, man. They need to be in the court with the African American guy.
He is pretty fun. What is his name? I'm gonna check it.
Is it something like Joseph Brown or something?
I think it might be Divorce Court TV show. But yeah, no. Basically, Judge Judy has her granddaughter as an offsider, and she's teaching her the reins. So essentially, she's going to be handing the show over to another Judge Judy, and she's just as snarky. I love it.
I am honestly shocked to hear that that's still running.
I'm so
I found
glad
it by
is,
accident
though.
on YouTube. Like, I was just going through YouTube watching old Judge Judy clips, as you do, and it showed this new one. I was like, this is weird. And I checked it. It was like recent. I'm like, oh my god, there's more.
This is a very old yet new-looking episode of Judy. She's she's lost some years there.
The great thing is because her granddaughter's there, anytime there's technical shit, she's like, yo, help me with this.
Fix the thing.
Fix this for grandma. And it's amazing. It's somehow better than the original Judge Judy. Because she gives
I'm
even
gonna have to
zero
look that up.
shits. Like, she's like, even fewer shits are given. It's amazing. I can't find it. Where is...
Editor Seth here. I'm just gonna save you the 5 minutes of us not being able to find this guy's name. And it turned out I was right. It was Joseph Brown. Anyway, back to the podcast.
Look, when you were sick, like, and you were like stuck at home, and all you could really watch was like, you know, daytime TV and SBS. There were some interesting things. Like, that's how I found Judge Judy. It's how I found all those kinds of shows. It's how I ended up watching a bunch of classic old movies.
Oh yeah.
Like the what was the one? My brain's just gone dead.
I remember watching a lot of the Three Stooges.
The Three Stooges, yes, absolutely. There was all of those like old claymation myth kind of ones.
Oh yeah, like Jason the Argonaut. and all
Jason
that.
the Argonauts and a few other ones. And I loved those.
Yes.
I really do. And I found a thing recently that recaptured that. I'm like, yes, great. But you don't realize how deep that's buried until you find that thing again.
There's something special about that, like, not at 24 frames kind of jerky movement that just, I don't know.
But even then, like, occasionally, I only go on these binges for, like, Judge Judy or Divorce Court or something when the YouTube algorithm goes, you haven't watched these? No, I'll watch them again. And then I find new things. But they hit that same spot. They hit that same nostalgia of being stuck at home, miserable, watching this fun thing to keep your mind off it.
Yeah, because, like, all the ABC programming ended at, like, 10 in the morning.
Yeah,
and it's like, yep, news. Here's Landline. Hope you like talking about farms.
Now that the children have gone to school, we old people can, like, do our thing. Like, oh god, no, why?
And then somewhere in the middle of their Passions comes on and you learn a new fear.
Oh god, Passions was horrifying.
God,
but my mum was addicted to it.
Better than Home and Away.
Oh no, she was addicted to that as well, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's not surprising. My mum was too.
Look, I will take Home and Away over Neighbours.
Yeah.
Neighbours was bad.
Yeah, no. We were definitely a Home and Away family, not a Neighbours.
I just love any time the ratings dipped in either one of these shows, someone got cancer. Every time! Like, oh, I love the amnesia trope. It was great. But,
or a new gang hit the beach.
Oh god, they were horrible days. That was the right before the switch to reality TV. Like, that's where TV was right before, like, Big Brother started hitting, and that became the new thing.
That was more like a pseudo-reality. Like, set in a reality that was very, very different, but close enough to reality.
Yeah.
Actual reality TV is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, we're old.
God damn it.
Nothing shows you how old you are until you find these things. Like, this was 30 years ago. Like, how fucking dare you?
Though, like, you can blame a budget change on how funding got allocated to Australian TV. So, like, you can blame reality TV solely on that. Because they had to produce television shows in Australia, but they didn't define what those shows had to be. And the cheapest thing they could pump out was reality TV. It's why we end up with so fucking much of it and so little of any other Australian content.
Oh, yeah. It's a shame, because we had some decent Australian movies out there. And then that all dried up.
I mean, we did great with TV shows.
We did.
I mean, yes, we did learn life lessons from a bunch of feral animals in a shed, but it was a good show.
But now
we're relatively well-rounded.
Life lessons from an animated blue dog in a house.
Yeah. Yeah, not gonna lie.
Are you talking about
it's a bit close to home at times?
I was about to be like, are we talking about Blue's Clues and Americans, or are we talking about Bluey?
No, we're talking about the Bluey one.
The phenomenon that is fucking Bluey.
Yeah. That show's better than it should be.
You're not wrong. It's... I found out about it from the weirdest way. I was scrolling through my TikTok, and because I'm in an apartment complex with a bunch of young families, and the algorithm takes what is around you in being searched and gives it to you, my TikTok was mostly Bluey. Like, I don't hate this. This is pretty okay.
There's got to be like a whole generation of parents right now who are like, oh, they want to repeatedly watch Bluey episodes, things that might actually have some funny jokes for adults in it.
Yeah.
Instead of Paw Patrol for the 19 millionth time.
Oh, God. I don't have kids, but I feel so bad for anyone who does and their kids went through the Paw Patrol phase.
Yeah, I knew a guy. He used to be religious.
Not anymore. There is no God. No loving God would inflict Paw Patrol on me this much.
I mean, apparently it's all the fucking colours and shit, and it just does the thing for kids.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like loud noises, flashy sound, flashy images, and bright colors, and it works. It's the same thing behind TV for dogs and TV for cats.
That I'm about to say that's a thing, and then I'm like, yes, of course that's a thing.
There are
dog and cat radios.
There are dedicated channels to this. Because it's like you just turn it on and run away, and your dog is like, ooh, pretty colors. I like this.
A planet-killing asteroid cannot come quick enough.
I know,
oh god, I pray for it every day.
Well, actually, praying for things to end. Let's end on a fucking shootout with Ubisoft. Hey, because Ubisoft is still trying to make fucking NFTs happen.
Wait, really?
Really?
How many times do we have to teach them this lesson?
After the whole fucking quartz thing of in-game content that you can wear, they're bringing out a new game with NFTs. The NFT is your character icon. Not the character you play, the actual icon for your banner.
God
and they've minted 9,999 for early access players.
God damn it. Can we just need one person to sit in their boardroom with a spritz bottle. And anytime someone says the word NFTs, like, squirt them in the face, like, bad kitty!
It's got to be full of acid or fucking something.
Lemon juice.
No, just straight out hydrochloric acid, spray him straight in the face with it, and be done with it.
This here is Keith. He's replacing Steve, who was, as we know, doused in acid last week. What's your pitch here, Keith? I reckon NFTs. Oh, God! That's strike one. Strike two gets you the acid bath. What about strike three? Oh, there is no strike three, son.
No one survived strike two yet.
But it's just look. If they think there's money in it, they're going to keep trying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And honestly, the whole thing of rug pulls looks very appetizing to big companies. Because why the fuck wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, recently it all came down with what's his name, Boogie from YouTube.
Oh, the fatty coins.
The fatty coins, effectively pulling a rug pull and contacting CoffeeZilla as it's happening.
Oh, that was such a bad idea.
Oh, I loved it. It was great content for coffee.
Oh yeah.
But
Ubisoft, they're not going to learn.
Ubisoft trying to pull this with what they recently did with The Crew and all of their games having to be online. The minute they don't want the server, it's useless.
Yeah,
these
the
aren't
NFTs
exactly
now
tokens
have
you can
value.
take to other games or do anything else with.
That's not the point. The point is to have a unique thing in this game.
This game that already people haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Like, could you tell me the name of this game? Tell me the name of Ubisoft's latest NFT game.
Money Machine 400.
I'm going to assume it's going to have the word hero in it.
No. It does have champions. Champions Tactics Grimoire Chronicles. That's quite a fucking mouthful for bullshit.
Someone essentially had a bucket full of random words and then threw a piece of wadded up chewing gum into it and pulled it out, and that's the name they chose.
Yeah.
Those things barely even make sense in a sentence. I can't figure anything out from that time.
I mean,
what is this game?
But it's Champion Tactics / Grimoire Chronicles, as though there were several other Champion Tactics games. But no, this is it.
Subject.
I mean, it just feels like it's... I mean, no one snapped their balls in a book.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's the Red Dwarf reference no one's going to get. It's completely on track for Ubisoft. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're very stupidly pointing out how needlessly huge Star Wars Galaxies...
absolutely.
Not Galaxy, Outlaws is going to be.
Yeah, fuck. I think all three of us collectively lost any kind of thing for that game the second we learnt that.
Your game's already big and empty enough. Why are you bragging about how big and empty it's going to be?
It'll either be big and empty or too much shit overloaded like Valhalla. Valhalla had a good aesthetic. I enjoyed the look of it, but there was just too much shit in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Well, it's because everything was tied up in a mini game or some other thing, or if you did all of this, you got a cape and that's it. So why the fuck did I bother? Or it was dumb collectibles, just billions of regional collectibles.
Yeah. Why do they always think a bigger map means a better game? Because that seems to be the current plot from most of these games. The map is huge.
I've been against that shit since Just Cause 2.
Yeah. The Just Cause 2 map was insane.
Way too big.
Yeah.
Way too big. That's why
Absolutely.
the third one they did a big map, but they were like, give them a jetpack.
Yeah. Just for the love of God, give them something.
Make this thing navigable.
This like a planet is the size of 2 or 3 Assassin's Creed Odyssey map zones put together, and it'll take about 5 minutes non-stop on your little speeder bike. That's one planet. I don't know how many fucking planets are in this game, and the
That's
desert
why they
world,
made them so
Tatooine, will be even bigger. So your big empty desert will be the biggest
bigger
place
and
you've
emptier.
got. Yay.
Look, I'm guaranteeing the reason they've made them so big is they made this speeder bike and they want you to spend all of your time on it.
Oh, well, it's
is
a big
annoying, 'cause
map
any time they
with
give me a map, I
sand.
never use
It's
it.
coarse and it gets everywhere. Yes.
Well, I mean, that's why they're probably selling you the fucking early access skins for the bike. We made the areas
Because
really
you're gonna
big
spend
so
a
we
lot
can
of
sell
time on the
people
fucking
cosmetics.
Do we get the Mighty Morphin Power Scooters? That's the real question.
No, that would be too slow.
God, they were bad.
They'll-
No one defends the opening fucking the present tense stuff in Boba Fett. It was all trash.
Yeah.
if like,
I'm more surprised they had bikes that clean on like a fucking
if
desert.
they had those bikes like as an item in this game, they do like what they did on in Mass Effect when you went to the Citadel and you tried to run. It just changed the camera angle, but you still moved at the same fucking speed. So it made it feel like it was going quick without actually changing. That's what they do if they put those speeders into this game.
I
Pretty
did not
amazing.
know that for ages, and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
Because I would have said, no, you run.
Yeah, you run. Like, the character moves faster and things move past you quicker. No, it just pulls the lens out that little bit to give you that bit more of a fucking rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Very clever.
Weirdo.
Anyway, fuck Ubisoft.
I was hyped for that, and that just
We
makes
all
me
were.
sad.
We all seen the trailer. We all said, this looks fucking awesome. That droid fucks. I want to play this
Yeah.
game. And now it's just
I'm
like...
pretty sure that droid fucks could have been a random like title of our show at one point.
Now it's... That droid wants to snuggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, as always, we really hope it comes out and it's like, yep, nope, that
Oh,
fucks.
I'd absolutely love to eat my words and say, fuck, I was wrong. Shit, this game is amazing.
absolutely.
The map sizes are perfect. Things are laid out amazingly, and I want to play
Yeah.
this game. I don't think it's going to happen,
Yeah,
though.
expecting it.
Look, we've been burnt too many times. We are jaded old people.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
We
I
know
don't think
we
we're
have.
jaded. I just think we're realists.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, we started off with these companies being pretty decent, and we've watched their slow decline. We've lived their slow decline. And the shit they do now. It's like, yeah, you are a shell of what you once were, and I am sad.
Every now and then you put out something that's kind of worth my time, but the rest of the time...
It's like a toxic relationship where it's like they treat you like shit until you threaten to leave, and then suddenly it's, I'm so sorry, have some flowers. It's like, okay, you've clearly changed.
Yeah, but then
have
you
some
find out you're
flowers.
allergic
They
to the
smell like
flowers.
shit, but have flowers.
Oh, well.
Speaking of sad things, we probably should end this podcast.
Yeah, I think we got to stop this before we go down this fucking rabbit hole any further. All right, y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.